What is CapCut? Why so many people use it? You will learn about the app's key features, who uses it, and why it's become such a go-to platform for fast and flexible video editing. Let's start with the basics. What is CapCut? CapCut is a free mobile video editing app developed by ByteDance, the same company behind TikTok. At its core, CapCut lets you edit videos directly from your phone. That means you don't need a computer, expensive software, or any technical experience to start making polished, creative videos. It's an all-in-one tool. You can cut clips, add text, drop in music, apply filters, and even use transitions and effects. Everything happens on your phone screen, usually with just a few taps. Why is it so popular? CapCut's popularity comes down to three key things: simplicity, accessibility, and speed. Simplicity. The interface is clean and easy to learn. You don't need a tutorial just to find the trimming tool. Everything is where you would expect it to be. And the timeline layout feels natural even if you have never edited anything before. Accessibility. It's completely free, with no upfront payment or subscription required to get started. Most of the core features are available in the free version, and it works on both Android and iOS devices. Speed. In CapCut, editing is quick. You don't have to wait for files to load or export times to drag on. It's made for people who want to shoot a video, make it look good, and share it, sometimes within minutes. This makes it especially useful for college students, young creators, and even small businesses who want to create social media content without hiring a professional editor or buying a complicated program. What can you do with CapCut? Here's a quick preview of what's possible. Trim and split your clips to cut out awkward moments. Add background music or voiceovers for storytelling. Use filters and effects to create mood and style. Insert text or captions for clarity or creative touch. Apply transitions for smoother scene changes. Export in the right format for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or even presentations. All of this can be done on your phone in a matter of minutes. Why are university students using it? Students are using CapCut more and more for class projects, creative assignments, personal branding, social media content, or even resumes. A video presentation edited in CapCut can stand out more than a traditional slide deck. Whether you're making a vlog, an awareness video, or a portfolio piece, CapCut is a fast and free way to make your message visual. CapCut takes the pressure off editing and makes it feel playful. You get to experiment with different ideas, and there is room to be creative without getting stuck in technical menus. Why should you care? CapCut is not just for influencers or YouTubers. Even if you never plan to post a single video online, learning CapCut helps you build a digital skill that's increasingly valuable in both academic and professional settings. It's like learning how to make a strong presentation only now. The presentation moves, has music, and tells a story. So, whether you're looking to stand out in class, apply for internships, or just create something cool to share with friends, CapCut is a tool worth knowing. Downloading CapCut and setting up your first project. Step 1. Downloading CapCut on desktop. Go to the official CapCut website. Open your web browser and visit CapCut.com, as we have in here, the official website of CapCut, where the site typically detects your operating system and shows the download for Windows or download for Mac button. So you can just click on this download button. So you can just save it where you just want it to be. For example, you just want it to be in here. You can just click on save and it will be saved on desktop. You can just click on that. And here you can see the CapCut is in here. And you can just run it by right clicking in here, run as administrator, and click on yes. As we have already installed it, so we just don't need to reinstall it again. So this is how you can just install the CapCut on your desktop. Launch CapCut. Open the app in here and click on sign in. You can sign in using TikTok, QR code, Facebook, and Google. For now, we'll be using Google, so you can just click on that. And you can sign in with a Gmail that you're already logged in. Click on continue. and open CapCut. As you are already signed in, so you can just open CapCut. So when you just click on that, you are logged in. Here you can see this is your username. So you just close this window and this interface is ready for the editing. Installing CapCut on your desktop ensures you have a larger workspace for editing longer lectures, more advanced tools like keyframes, color grading, and motion tracking, better performance for exporting high-quality videos. Step 2. Exploring the home screen. When CapCut opens, you will land on the home screen, which is designed to be clean and beginner-friendly. Let's look at a few main sections. New project. In here, this is where you will start a blank project using your own video clips. Templates. These are pre-made video layouts, but available in mobile app. You just insert your content and CapCut does the rest. Drafts or projects. Projects you have started but have not finished yet. You can come back to these anytime, as we have been working in here. So this is the project that we have been working on, but we have not completed it yet. Your profile. You don't need an account to edit, but creating one can help you save and sync projects across devices. For now, we are sticking with new project because we want to learn editing hands-on. Step 3. Starting your first project. Tap on create project in here and this window will be opened. So to upload the photos or videos, you can just click on that. Go to folder where you have saved. For example, we have saved in here, so you can just select these and click on open, and the media has been uploaded in here. You can use anything, clips from your camera roll, videos of your surroundings, or even class recordings. Now you're inside your first project. This is where editing happens. The clips appear on your timeline at the bottom when you just drag them in here. For example, you drag all of them or one by one. For example, you just drag this one in here. And this is the area where you can see that what happens after you edit all these clips in here. For example, you just add another clip in here. You will see buttons and tools above the timeline. These are what you will use in upcoming lessons. Don't worry about editing just yet. This lecture is about getting set up. You have successfully started your first CapCut project. That's a big step. New project versus template. What's the difference? New project. You choose the clips, control the editing, and build everything manually. Great for learning and experimenting. Template. You pick a ready-made structure with music and transitions already in place. You just add your content. Great for quick posts. In this course, we will mostly use the new project option, so you can learn editing skills from the ground up. Later, we'll look at templates as a time-saving tool. Video formats supported by CapCut. Before we wrap up, just a quick note. CapCut supports most common video and image formats like .mp4, .mov, and .jpg. If you're ever having trouble importing a file, it might be because of an unsupported format or a video that's too large. Understanding the interface and timeline. Today, we're going to focus on something essential, understanding CapCut's editing interface and timeline. Think of this as learning your workspace. Before you start editing video clips, adding music, or applying effects, you'll need to know where everything is and what it does. The editing screen, your creative workspace. When you tap into a project in CapCut, for example, you are working on this one, you're brought to the main editing screen. Let's break it into three main areas. The preview window, top half, in here. This shows you what your video currently looks like. As you edit, you can play and pause the video here to check how it's coming along. The timeline, bottom half, in here. This is where your clips live. You will see them laid out in orders like puzzle pieces, waiting to be arranged. You will do most of your editing work here. The tool panel, few above the timeline and a few on the left of the preview window. This bar contains editing tools like split, in here, delete the left part or the right part. And this is to add marker. And on the left side of the preview window, here you have audio, text, stickers, effects, transitions, captions, filters, and adjust the brightness levels as well. It's dynamic. What shows up depends on what you tap on in the timeline. Let's look at each in more detail. The preview window. This is the visual display of your project. Every time you make a change like cutting a clip or adding text, you will see it reflected here. Use the play button under the window to see your video in real time. This is a play button. Tap the window to pause, scrub through, or move to a specific frame. There is also an undo and redo arrow in the top corner in case you make a mistake. The timeline, your editing canvas. The timeline is where editing becomes visual. Imagine it like a horizontal strip that holds your video clips in order, one after another. Here you can see we have two clips in here, first one in here and the second one in here. Each video or image you add appear as a rectangular block. Here you can see it's in the rectangular shape. You can tap any block to select it. Once selected, editing tools will appear above. Here you can see. You can edit this specific video as you have selected this one, and this shows that what you can change. For example, video, and it can transform, and you can just zoom in. If you are in here, you can just drag it in here. So you can just scale up or down by clicking here, and this is the position. For example, you just can change. For example, if you want it to be on 50, and here you can see you can just change it as the position as well. You can rotate it as well, for example at 5 degrees, and press enter, and this video will be tilted a bit. And you have all these options available. You can change the speed, animation. Most of these are for pros, here you can see, but you can use fade in as well, fade in, zoom out, and the flame horizon as well. So you can use few as a free version. You can adjust the sharpness, clarity, particles, fade, and many of these options. So this is the area specifically where you make the changes to a specific clip. Also important, CapCut supports multi-layer editing. This means you can stack text, audio, and effects on top of your main video layer. Each of these shows up as separate rows in the timeline. The tool panel, where the magic happens. Once you tap on a clip in the timeline, the tool panel appears. Here are some of the most common tools you will see. When you select any of these in here, so when any of the clip is selected, then this bar contains a very few options, but when you select any of these, here you can see, it gives more options to apply on it. For example, split, delete the left one, delete right one, delete the selected one, add marker, freeze, reverse, mirror the video as well when you just click on that. So it just turned the video to 180 degree. And this is for the rotation, and this is for the crop. So this is how you can just implement all these effects by just clicking on a clip. Split cuts the clip at the point you choose. Delete removes the selected clip or segment. And when you just click on this text icon in here, adds captions, titles, or labels. Audio opens options to add music, sound effects, or record a voiceover. And filters in here, filters applies color changes or stylistic effects. And when you just click on the speed in here, speed speeds up or slows down your video. You don't need to use every tool right now. Just know where they are. In future lectures, we'll use them one by one. Other useful buttons. Back arrow returns you to the home screen or project list. Export button in here. Here you can see. When your video is ready, this is how you save it. Undo or redo. Here you can see. This is for undo and this is for redo. Quickly correct or repeat your last edit. Working smart. Tips for navigation. Label your clips mentally or out loud as you go, so you remember what's where. Use the zoom tool when doing detailed edits, like syncing music to a beat. Don't rush. Get familiar with how tapping and dragging works in the timeline. It gets easier the more you do it. Trimming, splitting, and arranging clips. Why are these so important? Because your raw footage is never perfect. It often includes pauses, mistakes, or just extra sounds you don't need. Trimming cuts out the unnecessary. Splitting lets you break long clips into smaller, workable parts. And arranging gives your video structure like telling a story in the right order. Once you master these basics, everything else adding music, effects, transitions will feel much more natural. Why these skills matter? Before we jump into the how-to, let's talk about the why. When you shoot a video, it often includes extra seconds like the time before you start talking. or a moment after you thought the video was over. Trimming lets you remove those ends quickly. Splitting gives you more control. For example, maybe you want to remove just a middle section of a video or insert another clip in between. Splitting lets you do that without deleting the whole thing. Finally, arranging is how you put everything in the right order. Think of clips like puzzle pieces. Trimming and splitting shape the pieces, and arranging fits them together to form a complete picture. How to trim a clip? Tap on the clip. For example, you are working on this clip. You can just select this. You will see white handles, edges on both sides of the clip. Here you can see it is the first end and this is the last end. Drag the left handle inward to trim the beginning. For example, you just want to trim the video from here, you can just drag it, and here you can see the video has been trimming. And we have just trimmed the video to half. Drag the right handle inward to trim the end. For example, if you want to trim the video from the end, so you just drag this in here and the video will be trimmed from the end. Tap play in the preview window to check the results. For example, you just start from here and stop and click on play in here. So this is the final result so far. If you are unsure how much to cut, use zoom tool in here to expand the timeline, and it gives you extra details that how much you have to cut. Here you can see you have a 4-second video, but it has expanded on the entire timeline. It shows that it has been divided into more frames so that it is easy for you to cut it in precision. How to split a clip? Tap the clip you want to split. For example, you are working on this clip. You just select this one. Move the playhead, the white vertical line in here, to the exact frame where you want to split. For example, you just want to split in here at the half, and you can zoom in for more precision, and you can just go to frame. For example, go to this frame in here and click on the split icon in here, or you can press Ctrl+P. For example, we use Ctrl+P to split it in here. So here you can see when you zoom out, you have 3 clips in here. The first one, second one, and third one. As this specific clip has been divided into 2 halves. You can delete, move, or edit each one individually. Use case example. You are filming a tutorial and sneeze in the middle. Rather than reshooting the whole thing, just split the video before and after the sneeze and delete that part. How to arrange clips? Tap and hold any clip in the timeline. For example, if you want to move this one to the first, so you just hold this one and drag it into the first line. So here you can see you have moved the third one to the first place. You can do it at the right side as well. For example, you just want to move this one at the right side, so you just can do it by just dragging to the right side. Let go when you see the blue placement line. So here you can see, for example, you just did and in the middle, so here you can see you can just move that clip to the middle again. CapCut will automatically shift the other clips to fit the new order. This is great when you want to build a narrative like showing before and after clips in the correct order or reordering steps in a demonstration. Always play back your full video after rearranging to make sure it flows logically and nothing feels out of place. For example, when you just play this video, here you can see we have added a irrelevant video for now, so you can just rearrange that as well. For example, so you can just move this part in here and you can just play this again. It's still in the disorder, so you can just place in here, and now here you can see it looks a little more in flow as it is in the go. Checking your work. Use the preview window frequently while editing. Don't wait until the end to see what you have done. Small adjustments can make a big difference in the pacing and clarity of your final video. Also, remember that editing is non-destructive. If you make a mistake, you can tap undo or simply retrim or resplit the clip. Adding music, sound effects, and voiceovers. The right sound can change a video completely. It can add emotion, energy, humor, or clarity. Whether you're making a tutorial, a vlog, or a project presentation, learning how to handle audio well will set your work apart. Why audio matters? Let's start with a simple example. Imagine watching a suspenseful scene in a movie, now mute it. That tension disappears. Audio creates mood, sets pace, and provides information. It's more than background, it's part of the storytelling. CapCut gives you several ways to add and edit sound directly from your phone or device you're using. You don't need to leave the app, download special software, or be an audio expert. How to add music? Tap or click on your project timeline, like in here we are in this timeline. Go to the left section of this preview area. When you click on this music, the built-in library of CapCut will appear in here and you can use any of these. For example, if you want to use this one, you can just download it and drag it into the timeline in here. And when you just play this video, and here you can see, the video looks more appealing and engaging. So, you can use any of these, and these are specific ones like beats, and this is for vlog, chill and dreamy, rock, techno, and all these categories as well. For example, the pop one as well. And for example, you just want to go with this one, you can just download it. First delete this one and download this one and drag this audio track in here. And when you just play it, so the video looks more appealing and engaging as well. But when you delete it and when you play the video without the audio track, then it feels really dull or without any emotions. And when you just go to sound effects in here, and you can just select any of these that we'll cover later in here. But for music, you can just import the one that you have already downloaded, so you can just click on that import. As we have already downloaded this one, you can just open it and you can just drag this part in here and just play the video. You can modify this audio track as per your needs, as you can just cut this part as well. For example, you can just click on the split part, select this one and delete this one and drag this part in here. So you will have the part of the audio that you want on this video track. The music clip appears as a new bar beneath your video clips in the timeline. Here you can see we have in here. You can trim it, move it and adjust its length just like a video clip. How to add sound effects? Sound effects are short audio clips that emphasize actions like clicks, swooshes, laughs, or ambient sounds. To add one, you can just go to Audio tab in here. You can click on Sound Effects tab. The sound effects with this gem icon are for the users who have the premium version of the CapCut, but you can use the others. For example, you just want to use this one, and you can just drag this part in here. And when you just play this video, and you can just search for the sound effects as well. For example, you just write as bell and for example belting, and for example you just want to pick this one or this one, and you just use it when you just have a transition in here. And when you just play this video, so when the video changes, it just gives you a sound. So this is how you can add sound effects in CapCut. Use effects sparingly. One well-placed sound is more effective than 5 random ones. How to record a voiceover. Voiceovers are especially useful for tutorials, explainer videos, and vlogs. CapCut makes it easy to record without leaving the app. To record, you can just go to this bar in here above the timeline and you can just click on this icon, and this asks you that from where you just want to record, and you just adjust the volume and echo reduction, mute project, and enhance video, which is for pro. You cannot click that for now, and you can just start recording. To start recording, you can just click in here and the timer begins. So this is how you can add a voiceover in here, and close this window in here. So this is the voice that you have recorded using the voiceover effect in CapCut. Adjusting volume and balance. Once your audio is in place, you need to make sure everything sounds balanced. For that, you can click on audio layer in here and it gives you options like volume, fade in or fade out. And you can voice change as well and change the speed as well. So for now, you can just work on volume, fade in and fade out. Drag the slider to set the volume. For example, you can just slow down the volume by going back to this 0 point, and you can just go to right if you want to increase the volume. So this is how you can adjust volume as per your needs. For example, keep background music around 20 to 30% so it doesn't overpower your voiceover. If you're not using narration, your music can be louder around 50 to 70%. Preview often. Play your video to check that everything sounds clear and nothing feels too loud or too soft. Cutting, moving or deleting audio clips. Audio clips behave just like video clips in the timeline. Cut with the split tool. Drag to move them. Tap and delete to remove them. Always keep your playhead at the point you want to edit. This gives you better precision. Adding text, subtitles and titles that stand out. Now, let's talk about something just as important. Text. Text can do a lot in a video. It can introduce your topic, emphasize key points, add humor, or simply help your viewer follow along. Whether you are making a class project, tutorial, vlog, or even a meme, well-designed text can completely change how your message is received. Why add text in a video? Think of text in a video like signposts. They guide your viewer and help them stay focused. Even a few words can make a big difference. For example, a title card can introduce your topic in the first 3 seconds. Subtitles make your content accessible, especially when watching without sound. Callouts can highlight key phrases or give extra context without needing narration. The key is to keep text clear, short, and visually in sync with your content. How to add text in CapCut. Open your project and move the playhead to where you want the text to appear. So you just move the playhead at the beginning. Tap on this text icon in here in this tab and it gives you options like add text, yours, the favorite ones, text effects that we'll cover later, text templates, auto caption and local captions as well. For now, we'll just covering the add text in here. And when you just click on this default text and a text box will appear on your video. Here you can see. Type in your text. For example, you just want to write in here as final exam tip and press enter. Tap the text box to edit style, font, color, shadow, background and more. For example, you will press enter. Tap on this and here you can see you can change the font in here, font size as well. You can use this box to enter manually. For example, you just write 20 in here, make it bold, and you can use uppercase as well, like all the text in here. Change the font size manually to 15 in here so it looks in here. CapCut includes dozens of fonts and effects, but don't go overboard. Stick with simple, clean fonts for professional projects. Save decorative fonts for casual or creative edits. Use high contrast colors to make sure your text is readable against your video background. For example, white text on a dark background or black text with a light shadow. Positioning and timing. Move the text box with your mouse to place it where it looks best, usually top or bottom corners. For example, you can just do that. And you can just drag it wherever you want. For example, you just want to be in here. And that's it. In the timeline, your text will appear as a separate block. Here you can see when you just zoom in, and it has all these effects as well, like animation, tracking, text to speech as well, And you can change the properties as we have bubble, effects, and here you can see. But for example, if you want to go with bubble, and you can use this one. So here you can see, you can use this one as well, and you can just change the size. Drag the edges of the block to change how long the text stays on screen. For example, when you just play this video and the text disappears, as it was just available on the screen for 3 seconds only. Keep it visible long enough to read comfortably, about 2 to 5 seconds, depending on the length. Adding subtitles, manual or auto. Manual subtitles. Go to text in here and click on add text and click on this default text. Type your subtitle and place it at the bottom of the screen. Repeat this for each line of dialogue or narration. This method gives full control but takes more time. Auto-Captions. CapCut can generate subtitles for you if your video includes clear speech. For that, you can just click on text and go to Auto-Caption tab in here. Click on that, and spoken language is English or auto detect, or you can select English as well, and click on generate. CapCut will process and place text clips along the timeline. You can then edit the spelling, timing, or style of any caption it generates. Here you can see, when you just play this video,
pulling all-nighters, rereading textbooks, watching long lectures, and highlighting every word. But what if all that effort isn't
always proofread auto captions. They are not perfect, especially with names, slang, or background noise. Using titles and animations. CapCut also includes ready-made title animations and text templates. For that, you can just click on this text tab in here, and here is the option called text effects and text templates. For example, you just want to go at the beginning, click on text templates, and you can use, for example, this one as a free, and you can use this one as well, and this one. For example, we use this one.
Most of us grew up hearing, work hard and you'll.
And you can just edit it. In here, place it in here, drag it in here and place it in here. Click on that, and you can just change the text to final exam tips and remove this heading that we used. So when you just play this video,
most of us grew up hearing, work hard and you'll succeed.
So it could be used as a heading as well. You can also animate your own text. For example, if you want to change the style of these captions, you can just click on that, go to templates in here, and choose this one, for example. Download that. And this template has been applied when you just play this video.
Studying, pulling all-nighters, rereading textbooks, watching long lectures, and highlighting every word. But what if all that effort isn't paying off the way you expect?
So this is how you can change the style and the animation of your text or subtitles. Use animation to draw attention, but keep it subtle. Too much motion distracts from your message. Design tips to make text stand out. Use consistent fonts and sizes throughout your video. Leave space around the text so it doesn't feel cramped. Avoid placing text over busy backgrounds. Add a slight shadow or background box for readability. Don't overload with too much text at once. Keep it short and sharp. Using filters and effects to set the mood. Think of filters and effects like lighting and color in a movie. They don't change the story, but they influence how the story feels. The same clip can feel warm and nostalgic, or cold and suspenseful, simply by changing the color tone or adding a visual effect. What are filters? In CapCut, filters are color presets you apply to your entire clip or scene. They are similar to Instagram or Snapchat filters, but more flexible. Filters can make your video look warmer, cooler, more cinematic, more vintage, or even animated. They are great for matching clips filmed in different lighting, giving your video a cohesive, professional look, reinforcing emotion like warmth in a travel vlog or cool tones in a documentary. To apply a filter, tap the clip you want to edit. For example, you are working on this clip, but we'll split it into parts so that we can see the difference. For that, you can just click on this clip in here, split it, and now we have two different clips of the single clip. But we just want to apply the filters on the first one, so we'll just drag it in here and select this one. And go to this tab in here, you can click on filters and you can download any of these. For example, if you want to apply this one, download this and drag this in here. Drag it to match the clip duration, and here you can see. When you just play this video, click on this icon or press space. Here you can see this effect was applied on this single clip only, so here you can see the difference. So first clip is like that, and when you just move forward, you can see the difference. And there are plenty of them, and you can use any of these. For example, if you want to go with clear one, delete this one, download this and bring it in here, drag it to match the clip duration in here, and you can just play this video from the start. Here you can see. Now you can see the difference. The first one is like this, every color is popped up, and here you can see this looks a little dull as compared to this one. And you can just adjust the brightness or everything by clicking in here, and you can just set the intensity, like you can, it is 100%, but if you want to reduce it, you can just drag the slider in here and it will be like, you can see the difference. Okay, for now we'll just keeping it like in 100%, and you can just continue editing with this one. Try not to use more than one or two filters in a single video. Too many changes can make your video feel inconsistent or amateurish. What are effects? Effects in CapCut are visual animations or overlays that you can apply to specific clips. Unlike filters, which focus on color, effects are more dynamic. They add motion, distortions, or enhancements. There are two types. Video effects add stylized changes like glitch, blur, retro TV, or dreamy. Body effects track human features like eyes, hands, or faces, mainly for social media content. To add a video effect, we'll just split it into another part so that we can see the difference. We'll just split it, this part in here, and apply this one, split it in here, and we have make another part of the same video. Go to this effects tab in here, and you can use any of these. For example, if you want to use this one, like these are for pro, and for example you just want to go with this one, download this and drag this part in here, drag it to match it with the content duration. Now when you just play this video in here, you can see it is a zoom lens, so this effects really effect on this one, so you can change the speed as well and the range as well. So when you just play this video again, so this looks a little more professional and more engaging as well. Just play this video again. So this is how you can apply the effects in CapCut. So for example, if you want to apply effect at the beginning of the content, so for that you can just go in here and click in here, go to fade in, download this part and apply this effect in here, and you can just change the speed as well, adjust the duration, and now play the video from beginning. So this looks a little more engaging, as you can just see. It shows us that this is a start as it just fades in. The effect will appear as a block in the effects track, here you can see, which you can drag or trim like a video clip. When and how to use filters and effects. Filters are best used when you want to change the overall look and feel of your video. For example, a soft orange filter for a cozy autumn scene, a black and white filter for a dramatic moment, a cool blue filter for a calm or serious tone. Effects are best for highlighting specific moments like transitions, beats, or punchlines. Examples: a zoom blur right before a jump cut, a glitch effect for a sudden twist or joke, a sparkle or neon effect for creative flair in a fun edit. Just remember, less is more. One well-timed effect makes more impact than 5 random ones layered together. Adjusting strength and timing. Most filters and effects let you adjust intensity. Use a slider to make sure the look enhances your video rather than distracts from it. For example, when you click on this one, and you can just change the speed as well and the range as well. And for fade in, you can just click on that and change the speed. And for an effect, you can just change the intensity as well. And you can use a slider and use these arrow buttons, or you can manually edit it like giving it a number, for example 80, and press enter, and it will be applied on the video clip. Also, time your effects carefully. Don't let an effect linger if it doesn't match the scene. For example, if your clip is 3 seconds long, don't choose a 10-second effect. Use effects at transitions or on beats for smoother impact. Examples and use cases. A student creating a campaign video can use a muted filter to convey seriousness. A travel montage might use a warm golden hour filter to enhance memories. A vlog introducing a product can use an energetic pop effect during key highlights. A digital art portfolio can use slight glitch or neon effects for a modern digital vibe. You don't need to be a designer to make your videos feel stylish. You just need to be intentional. Transitions. Smooth shifts between clips. Now, let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed when done well, but feels awkward when done poorly. Transitions. What is a transition and why does it matter? A transition is a visual effect that connects one clip to another. It helps guide the viewer's attention and supports the emotional flow of the video. Think of watching a film where scenes jump suddenly without warning. It can be jarring. Transitions smooth that jump and help the story progress more naturally. They can create pace, pause, or even dramatic emphasis, depending on how they are used. But not every clip needs a fancy transition. Sometimes a clean, sharp cut is more effective. The key is knowing when to use transitions and when not to. Where to add transitions in CapCut? CapCut makes it very easy to apply transitions between clips. For example, you are working on this project and you just want to add a video in here, and you can just go to media and you just want to add this video in here. Bring in here. Now, when you just play this video from here, you can see it is just a simple cut. But if you want to apply a transition in here, you can just go to transitions tab in here, click on that, and you can use any of these. The transitions with this gem icon are for premium users, but we can still use many of them. Here you can see, you can just download it and bring it in here. You can just click in here. Now, when you just play this video, you can see the effect that we apply. Here you can see. You can choose from the different categories like basic, for example fade, slide, zoom. Camera, for example spin, pull in, push out. Effects, for example glitch, flash, blur. Stylized, for example film reel, VHS, color burn. Tap or click on a transition to preview it. For example, you can just click on that. Adjust the duration using the slider, usually between 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. The normal time is 0.5 seconds, but we can extend it to 1.1 second for this transition. And when you apply this one and play this video again, we apply that logic to here you can see. And there are many options as well, like camera, blur, basic, mask, slide, glitch, and distortion. For example, if you want to go with distortion and just delete this one and apply this one, just download it and apply this in by dragging it here and just play this video again. We apply that. So here you can see the effect. Types of common transitions. Let's look at some common transitions and when you might choose them. Fade creates a soft, gradual shift ideal for emotional or reflective scenes. Slide or push moves one clip out as the next comes in, useful for presentations or sequential visuals. Zoom adds motions between clips, used with energetic or fast-paced content. Glitch or flash, best used sparingly for dramatic or tech theme edits. Spin or rotate, eye-catching but often overused, save for stylized moments or montage. For professional or academic videos, stick to basic transitions like fade, slide, or zoom. These feel clean and keep the focus on your content. When to use a simple cut instead. Not every clip needs a transition. In fact, most professional edits rely heavily on clean cuts. Use simple cuts when the action or dialogue continues naturally between clips. You want a fast-paced, energetic feel. You are switching perspectives in a conversation. You don't want to distract from the message. Think of transitions as punctuation. Use commas, fades, and full stops, cuts, not exclamation marks, glitch, spin for every sentence. Avoiding common mistakes. Overusing transitions. Too many flashy effects can feel chaotic. Inconsistent styles. Switching from glitch to spin to zoom can be distracting. Using long transitions. Most transitions should last under 1.5 seconds. Not previewing. Always play your clip after applying a transition to check flow and pacing. Transitions are there to support the edit, not take attention away from it. Using templates and auto captions for fast edits. What if you're short on time, or you need a quick video for class, social media, or a presentation, and don't want to build it from scratch? That's where CapCut's templates and auto captions come in. What are CapCut templates? CapCut templates are pre-built video layouts that come with music, text, transitions, and timing already in place. You just drop your photos or video clips into the template and CapCut handles the rest. Think of it like a slideshow theme in PowerPoint, but for videos. These templates are ideal when you want to create a short social media video quickly. You are promoting an event or product with limited time. You are new to editing and want a polished look without building every detail manually. How to use template? Here you have options called marketing tools. You can click on that. So here you can see these are trending on TikTok, and there is an option called image inspiration as well. When you click on that, you have multiple options for the products like earbuds, perfume, toolkits, Bluetooth speakers, and all of them. But when you just click on this trending on TikTok, you have templates for videos. Like when you just hover over a video and it just plays automatically. And it comes with music when you just play this one, with subtitles and the video itself as well. For example, when you just hover over this one and play this video. Sunshine, my. And for product video, you can use like this one.
Make hand washing delightful with our adorable bubble hand wash dispenser.
So you can just use these templates for yourself as well, but you just have to change the script and the company name as well. For example, this one.
In low budget category, only 200 grams weight, beautiful light blue body with rainbow effect.
So here you can use any of these. For example, if you want to use this one, you can click on that and you can just click on this generate video in this style. Some templates are designed for portrait, vertical videos. Make sure your clips match the layout for the best results. When to use and not use templates. Use templates when you need a quick video and don't want to build it piece by piece. You want a polished layout with music, transitions, and timing already done. You are experimenting or building content for social media. Avoid templates when you need full creative control. The template limits your timing or storytelling. Your video purpose doesn't fit the style, for example, formal or academic content. Templates are great for time saving, but they work best as a shortcut, not a replacement for real editing skills. Using auto captions for subtitles. Now, let's shift to auto captions, a feature that saves you from manually typing every word of your voiceover or dialogue. Auto captions are helpful when you want to make your video more accessible. You want viewers to follow along without sound. You are creating explainer videos or tutorials. Here is how to use it. You can just click on this caption icon in here and click on add caption and click on this generate. And it will take a little while. So here you can see when you just play this video from the start,
Most of us grew up hearing, work hard and you'll succeed. We apply that logic to studying, pulling all-nighters, rereading textbooks, watching long lectures, and highlighting every word. But what if all that effort isn't paying off the
So, this is how you can add auto captions in CapCut. Auto captions are surprisingly accurate, but always proofread. Words like names, slang, or soft spoken parts can sometimes be misheard. Style and customization. Both templates and captions can be customized after they are applied. Change the font, size, color, or position of captions. Trim or retime transitions in templates. Replace music in templates if needed. Add your own logo or text layers for branding. So, even when you're using shortcuts, you are not locked in. You still have creative control. Final review. Fixing common mistakes. Even experienced editors make small errors like missing subtitles, clipped audio, or chopping transitions. The key is knowing how to spot them and polish your project. Why review matters? Think of your video like a written paper. Even if your content is great, a few typos or formatting errors can hurt its impact. In video, those typos might be abrupt cuts, awkward audio shifts, overlapping effects, or spelling mistakes in subtitles. A final review is your last chance to make everything flow smoothly, and it usually takes just a few minutes. Start with a full playback. Before making any changes, watch your entire video from start to finish without stopping. Try to view it from your audience's perspective. Ask yourself, did anything feel too fast or too slow? Was there any sudden jump in sound or music? Did the text or caption feel rushed or unreadable? Did all transitions and effects match the tone of the video? It helps to wear headphones and, if possible, show the video to a classmate or friend. They might notice things you missed. Common mistake number 1. Audio imbalance. One of the most frequent issues in student videos is uneven audio. Music that drowns out a voiceover or clips with different volume levels. To fix, tap on your music track. Click on your music track in here. Here you can see. Click on a clip that you want to change in here, and here is the option called audio. You can click on that, and here you can adjust the volume, fade in, fade out as well, and you can add a voice changer as well. But these are for premium users, so we cannot use for now, but you can still adjust the volume, fade in, fade out from the basic. Reduce it to 20 to 30% of the speech. For example, you just add a music in here, click on import, and you can just click on extract it, and you can just drag it in here. Here you have another option in here. You can just click on that and adjust to 20 to 30%. For example, you just want to keep it to -20. And when you just play this video, the video plays with the music, but the sound doesn't really fades away. So you can just reduce it to 30, -30 decibel in here, and you can just play this video. So here you can see the music is still playing, but it is not affecting the audio. Fade audio in and out where clips begin or end to avoid sharp cuts. Common mistake number 2. Abrupt cuts or transitions. Sometimes a clip feels like it ends too suddenly or moves to the next without enough breathing room. To fix, use a short fade or slight transitions between clips. Adjust the length of the clip to give your viewer a moment to process. For example, you just added a video in here, and here you can see when you just play this video,
We apply that logic to studying, pulling all-nighters, rereading textbooks, watching long lectures, and highlighting every word.
so the video stayed on the screen for a while so that the viewer can process it. Avoid using effects just to cover up a cut. Focus on timing instead. Common mistake number 3. Misspell text or captions. Subtitles or titles with errors can make a video feel unpolished, even if the visuals are great. To fix, tap on each text box or caption and reread carefully. For example, when you just go through these subtitles,
What if all that effort isn't paying off the way you expected?
check for spelling mistakes, wrong punctuation, words that disappear too quickly. Make sure each text element stays on the screen long enough to read without rushing. Common mistake number 4. Unnecessary or overused effects. It's easy to get excited and add lots of filters, animations and sound effects, but too many can clutter your video. To fix, Watch your repetition. Are you using the same glitch or slide 5 times? Cut down on visual distractions that don't serve your message. Use effects intentionally, not as fillers. Common mistake number 5. Clipped or cut off clips. Sometimes during trimming or splitting, part of a clip might accidentally get shortened too much or left hanging. To fix, double check the start and end of every clip. Use zoom in on the timeline for precise adjustments. Avoid ending your video with a frozen frame or an abrupt stop. Fade out instead. Final checklist before exporting. Before hitting export, run through this quick list. Audio is clear and balanced. Text and subtitles are readable and accurate. Transitions feel smooth. Effects support, not distract from the message. All clips are properly trimmed. The beginning and end feel intentional. A few minutes of review can make your video go from pretty good to professionally polished. Exporting in the right format for any platform. Now it's time to export. That means saving your video in a format that's ready to share with the world. Step 1. Where to find the export option. Once your video is complete, open your CapCut project in here, as we have completed this project, and go to this section in here at the top, and when you just click on export in here you can see, click on that. A new screen will appear with several adjustable settings. Let's walk through these settings before you hit export. Step 2. Choosing the right resolution. Resolution determines how sharp your video looks. When you just click on that icon in here, and you have options like 1080 pixel, 2K, 4K and 8K as well. 720 pixel HD. Good for quick uploads and mobile viewing. 1080 pixel, Full HD. Recommended for most platforms, balanced quality and file size. 4K, high quality option for advanced projects or large displays, but bigger file size. For most university or social media projects, 1080 pixel is ideal. It looks sharp on all devices and doesn't take too long to upload. Step 3. Frame rate, FPS. FPS stands for frames per second. It affects how smooth your video appears. And when you just click on that, you have options from 24 frames per second to 60 frames per second. 24 frames per second, the standard for cinematic or slower paced videos. 30 frames per second, smooth, standard for most online content. 60 frames per second, extra smooth, used for gaming, sports or high motion clips. CapCut usually defaults to 30 frames per second, which works well for most projects. Keep your resolution and frames per second consistent across clips for a polished final look. Step 4. Aspect ratio. Fit the platform. Aspect ratio refers to the shape of your video screen. CapCut lets you choose before exporting, but you can also adjust it earlier in the project using the Canvas tool. Here's a quick guide. Platform, TikTok or Reels. Recommended aspect ratio 9:16. Orientation, vertical. Platform, Instagram feed. Recommended aspect ratio 1:1 or 4:5. Orientation, square or vertical. Platform, YouTube. Recommended aspect ratio 16:9. Orientation, horizontal. Platform, slides or class presentation. Recommended aspect ratio 16:9. Orientation, horizontal. If you upload a vertical video to YouTube, it might show the black bars on the sides. Match the ratio to the platform for best results. Step 5. File size and export time. Longer or higher resolution videos will take longer to export and use more storage. CapCut shows you the estimated file size before exporting. If it's too big, lower the resolution or shorten the video. For example, here you can see you have an estimated file size as 242 MB. But when you just reduce the resolution, you can just go to 720 pixel for example, and here you can see the size becomes 203 MB. And if you just increase the resolution to 4K, then here you can see the size will be 559 MB. Once exported, you can upload directly to apps like TikTok or Instagram, or save it to your device. For that, you can just click on this export button in here, and you can just rename it as Final Exam Tips and click on this export. This window represents the properties of the video that you have already applied on this. For example, size, duration, resolution, bitrate, codec, format, color space, and frame rate as well. If you want to change it, then you can just click on this cancel and you can just export it again with your desired settings. Always preview the exported video before sharing. Double check audio, text, and quality after export. You don't want surprise. So, when the video is exported successfully, you can just share that video to TikTok or YouTube from this CapCut interface. But you just have to sign in for that from here, for YouTube as well and for TikTok as well. And when you just click on this share, then the video will be shared to the world. Common export mistakes to avoid. Forgetting to set resolution leads to grainy or pixelated playback. Wrong aspect ratio causes awkward cropping or black bars. Exporting at too high a file size takes longer to upload, especially on slow Wi-Fi. Uploading without previewing. Sometimes subtitles, music, or effects shift slightly. Take a moment to review your export settings. It's a small step with a big impact. Final project. Create and share a 30-second edited video. Now, it's time to bring everything together in a final piece you can be proud of. What makes a great 30-second video? 30 seconds might sound short, but with the right approach, it's a plenty of time to create something memorable. A strong video, even if brief, usually includes a clear purpose. What are you trying to show, say, or share? Clean structure. Start strong, keep the pace, and end clean. Visual consistency. Use filters, colors, and layouts that match your tone. Audio clarity. Balanced music, voiceovers, and sound effects. Readable text. Captions, titles, or callouts that support your message. Smooth flow. Cuts and transitions that feel intentional, not random. Remember, short videos need to hook attention quickly and deliver value fast. Aim to engage, not overwhelm. Start with a plan. Before opening CapCut, take a few minutes to sketch out your video idea. Ask yourself, what do I want the viewer to take away from this video? What tone am I going for? Funny, serious, calm, or energetic? What clips or images will help tell that story? Will I need a voiceover, background music, or subtitles? Even a simple bullet point outline can save you time during editing. Building the project in CapCut. Here's a suggested flow using the tools you have learned. Create a new project and add your chosen clips. Trim and arrange them for pacing and flow. Add a title at the start, 3 to 4 seconds. Insert text callouts or captions where needed. Layer in background music or a voiceover. Apply a filter or color style to create consistency. Use transitions to smooth out the cuts. Check audio levels and fix any imbalance. Generate and proof auto-captions if your video has speech. Export in 1080 pixel resolution at 30 frames per second. Watch the full version before sharing. Keep the final length between 25 to 35 seconds. Less is okay if it's complete. Tips for success. Keep text brief and visible for long enough to read. Don't choose more than 2 to 3 transitions. Simplicity is cleaner. Avoid stacking effects. One well-placed effect can say more. Think about your audience. Will they be watching with sound on or off? Start with your strongest clip or statement to grab attention. Above all, trust your editing instincts. You have practiced every tool. Now just apply them with intention.